Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need. What you need. We're broken, it's tragic. We're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
Hey guys, how you going? I got today off and I exchanged it for tomorrow and Wednesday, so I'll be babysitting tomorrow and Wednesday instead. So there you go. Hey Menacing Muskrat, hey Flyby Stew, how you going? Hey I am Kai, how you going? Cannot wait for the backlash from Sound of Freedom, it's already started. Simone said, hey Hev and fam, hope Sound of Freedom will be released in the UK. Me too, I want it to be released in Australia. I want to see it. Hey Fred, how you going? Hey Michelle Epp. Yes, it's my birthday today. Someone's banging on something. Menacing Muskrat, how you going? Sherry, how you going? Who else have we got? Alex, how you going? Thank you, I am Kai. And I am Kai said I'll be getting an MRI tomorrow, full body, and 2 days later and after an in-home sleep study. I hope they work out how they can help you. I hope they can. And Alex has put all my links in there. And I don't know, I've got another YouTube channel, right? Called Hev123. But it's also, the @ is Hev123 Truthseeker, the original name of the original channel. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes when I comment it comes up as HevMac, and other times it comes up as Hev123 Truthseeker, and I'm like, what's going on with YouTube? What are they doing? It's very weird. Alex said, hope it goes well. I'm Kai, sending you love and prayers. And then we have Liftoff. How you going, Wheezy? Greetings to all. How you going, guys? Out to lunch, how you going? I looked and looked. Luckily, I had phone in hand. Oh, thank you, Wheezy and Carl. Thank you, guys, for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate that. Out to lunch. Happy birthday, young lady. Yeah, it feels like I've aged 10 in the last 1 year. That's what it feels. But it felt like that for the last 5 years, so should be about 100 by now. But anyway, let's not worry about that. Simone said, hey, Sherry, Alex, and all, happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Sherry and Simone and Luna, how you going? Thank you. Alex said, I saw a BBC presenter. He paid $35,000 for explicit images from a 17-year-old, apparently really well known. Watch this space. Wow. Yeah, Alex, you put HevMac in, and if you look at the link, I don't know if you can read it. Oh, thank you, Michelle. God love you. Oh, thank you. I will celebrate. You know what I'm going to do after this? Go back to bed. Yeah, you put Have Mac in, and then look at the https www.youtube.com/@Hev123 Truthseeker. That was my original name on here. Something weird's going on with YouTube. Because sometimes when, as I said, when I comment, it comes up as Have Mac, and then other times I comment, it comes up as Hev123 Truthseeker. And I'm like, well, which one is it, YouTube? Like, seriously? Goodness me. Oh, well, I've got an offer for off all body services. What is that? Oh, at the bar, hair and body, beauty services. No, it's okay. I probably need it, but Selena, how you going? Alex said YouTube's been really weird lately. That's what it's like. James T said, nice one, girlie, love you. I'll be reading the news in it because we're going to laugh at it because I can see things changing quickly. I am Kai said, do not light candles that perform the ritual of aging. Just collect injuries and wear them like me. I've got scars, don't you worry. I am Kai. Hey, Darren, how you going? Alex said, I thought what YouTube made you put an @ name as well as your actual YouTube name. If you comment, it'll come up with the @ name you pick. I'll send... Yeah, okay, do that. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. Okay, we are going to laugh at some news. Seriously. Some of it's not so laughable, but other parts of it are. Sophia Dahl said 1 of 4 international group of lawyers joined forces to oppose WHO's power grab. On Monday, a group of lawyers from 10 countries released a statement voicing their opposition to the World Health Organization's proposed pandemic treaty. See how it's slowly starting to turn? Oh, here we go. Travis said, meet Senator Scott Wiener. Have we got another Wiener? Is there another Wiener? One of the most dangerous politicians in America. He's a state senator in California. Based on the bills he's pushed forward is after your children. In early 2022, he introduced a bill that would allow 12-year-old children to get jabbed without parents' consent or knowledge. This year, he introduced a bill that would allow a 12-year-old to decide if they want to live at home, if they don't like their parents. A therapist will have the power to move them to a state-run group home. In 2021, he passed a law that will no longer require adults who have backdoor or mouth relations with a 14... I don't know how to say that. Like, seriously, half those words you can't even say. With a 14-year-old to register as a sex offender. In 2017, he passed a law that will no longer make it a felony to knowingly give someone AIDS without informing them. This man is gaining power and they're trying to make his platform mainstream. Oh, dear God. It's another Wiener. Is that spelt the same way as Anthony Weiner? It's not his brother, is it? Scott Wiener? Oh, I don't know. Beware of this man anyway. If you're in California, don't vote for him. Timbo said, Albo's on the slides. Some say he's doing a Gough Whitlam, but faster. He's on his way out, guys. Did you hear about, the Dutch? I think it's the Dutch. Not 100%. We'll get to it anyway. Anita Laura said, no wonder this bloke did this. Their behaviour was unforgivable. And Freedom said, Australians don't have weapons. So what Australians did instead was... I've got to turn the music down. What Australians did instead was tackle the coppers. The police officers that were doing this. They were using batons and rubber bullets and everything into the crowd, and Australians are not armed. So what Australians had to do, this guy here, he went around and tackled everyone. Just keep watching him. He goes in, he just tackles the cops. Now what if the cops were actually willing to use live ammo on people? The name, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ben Downey Ben Downey said, like Utopia gets thrown about a lot on here, but this is straight out of Working Dog script. Politicians dying of embarrassment on camera, close-up zooms, just a straight-up car crash of an op. Okay, what has happened in Australia is the 7U's were reporting on opening a freeway, motorway. Part of it, it's only 5 kilometres worth of motorway, worth $300 and something million for 5 kilometres of road. Anyway, let's not worry about that right now. What happened was 2 different Aboriginal groups, because there's apparently more than 300 different tribes with 300 different beliefs, started fighting over the smoking ceremony as to who was going to do it. So you can see it backfiring. The opening of a freeway extension in our northern suburbs came to an abrupt halt when an argument broke out over who had the right to conduct the traditional smoking ceremony. Okay, so let's have a little listen from about... Where am I going to do it from about here?
While traditional owners faced off.
But I don't need these people coming out here thinking that you fellas could say this, say that on this land.
It was an uncomfortable moment for the minister, caught up in a turf war among First Nations people.
I don't need permission of you or anybody else. Neither do I. This is my country too.
A traditional smoking ceremony going up in smoke after competing Aboriginal groups fired up at each other.
I thought you fellas was from Mora. Well, you thought wrong. No.
What do you make of this, Minister?
Oh, it's very interesting because obviously there's a lot of different Aboriginal groups with history in this area. So, yeah.
Did you pick the wrong one for the smoking ceremony?
No, I understand that was all handled by the department. So, anyway, we'll work through it.
Other Aboriginal elders stepping in.
And you're included in this, all right? So,
Well, it doesn't seem like.
it is.
Nobody told us nothing.
The rest of the opening ceremony went off without a hitch. Not so its construction, which suffered delays caused by the pandemic. The final cost of the freeway extension, $232 million.
Sorry.
The barriers along the 5.6 kilometre stretch of blacktop will come down overnight and motorists will be able to drive on it from tomorrow.
5 kilometres costing $200 and something million. I reckon they pocketed some of that. What do you reckon? Oh, sorry, I found that funny. It's turning on them. In all ways. Phil won, People One Nation. Another one, a very good reason to vote no Australia. ABC News said it'll be a 2-way process. It'll be something based on trust. Do you trust the government? Would Linda Burney be advising The Voice on what its priorities should be? The Indigenous Australians Minister responds on insiders. Listen to this.
The priority areas that I've identified are health, housing, jobs, and of course housing. The really important, education. The really important thing to understand is that...
Does anyone else here panic? And a bit of something else. I think she might be, I don't know. I just always say this, but I think she might have been drinking a bit. Just listen.
That I have been involved in Aboriginal affairs for 44 years. I've travelled this country extensively. And
hang on, I just got to say, she's been involved in Aboriginal affairs for 44 years and yet they're worse off. How's that possible? What has she done then for 44 years?
They are the persistent issues that are raised with me. The relationship that I want with The Voice is a 2-way process, David. One of respect, one of listening to fresh ideas about intractable problems. The issues around, obviously, baby birth weights, the issues around life expectancy, of course, are important. But let's look at the community development program. It's a jobs program. It's affecting 1,000 communities, and it is failing. It is absolutely failing, and not one size fits all 1,000 communities. Those are the points I was making.
I don't know. She sounds a bit drunk to me. I don't know if she is or she's had maybe a slight stroke. I don't know. But she doesn't sound good. Baron of Burleigh said the outstanding unintended consequences of the Voice campaign is that it has shone a huge spotlight on the utter incompetence and malfeasance of the whole Aboriginal Group Service Administration. Close to $39 billion a year and no one knows where it ends up. Unbelievable. That's exactly it. Elijah Schaefer said, wow, Sound of Freedom star Jim Caviezel said Hollywood dropped him because they're controlled by central banks and they hate Jesus Christ and are controlled by the devil. But Jesus is going to deal with them and they need to be exposed. Incredible. So what they've done, yeah, they wouldn't hire him. They're all controlled by the central banks. People have to do, you really think Biden is the president of the United States? You really think he's running the country? Who above him? Who are the puppeteers? Now you'll know that everything I've said is the truth when they come out and they just blast me. They have no choice because the devil has no choice in this matter. God is coming for him, and I'm talking about the Christ, Jesus, God. That is the one that's coming after him. There's a big storm coming, and they know it. So they have to go and threaten you with everything, from QAnon or whatever they want to say. Do you know what it really means? Question. Ha ha ha. Q means question. When you see a Q and then someone writes a question, then sometimes they write an A underneath. You know what I mean? What do you think Q was? What have I been saying for all these years? They were asking questions. They were getting us to look. And when we found the answers, they would post them up on the board.
Seems like a good thing. Anon question, right? Anons then go out and research it to see if it's true, because we've been fed their lies. Think about Monday. What happened? A Durham report was dropped. The FBI, the CIA, all of these guys are involved. Now, I know it's not all of them. The lower guys are probably just crying. But I'm asking...
Hang on one sec, guys. Sorry, but there is music in the background and I've got to be aware of these things. Okay, asking you, warriors, to come out and tell the truth. If we would just unite. You know, I love that scene from Mel Gibson. I love that movie when he runs out and, where are you going? I'm going to pick a fight. Well, I'm here to pick one right now because I'll do it for my children. I'll do it for your children. There you go. Wittgenstein said 0 Amish children have been diagnosed with cancer, diabetes or autism. What does that tell you? I wouldn't mind living like that, to be honest, like the Amish. Oh dear. No, I like the way they live. The guys all get together in the community and they put up barns and houses and get it done quick. And I don't know if you've ever watched any Amish, like proper Amish communities, but yeah, they're very community orientated. Bro said we need to make sure we're directing our anger about the Voice to Parliament referendum to those that deserve it. White, privileged, inner city Fs who wouldn't know where to buy toilet paper from. And not towards our Indigenous Australians who are being used as pawns. Now, everybody should know that. This is not against Aboriginal Australians. Okay, it's the inner city elites who are deciding for them, who say they're part Aboriginal, but highly questionable. Most of them don't even look part Aboriginal. Matt Wallace said Mel Gibson calls on patriots to bring awareness to child trafficking. Hollywood does not want you to see this. Let's have a little listen. It's only 14 seconds long.
One of the most disturbing problems in our world today is human trafficking, and particularly the trafficking of children. Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness. One of the most disturbing problems in our world today.
That was quick, 14 seconds. There you go. And they get hauled off in containers on ships. That's why you'll see, where is it? That's why they show you the container ships. That's how they're transported. They're transported as live art on container ships. In containers on ships. Literally. Dr. said, remember when Q posted this? Follow Dr. Keck. No, I don't think you did. But it's a good way to get people following you. Okay. I'm going to laugh at that one. The Punisher said, Joe M, it's time. Does anyone remember who Joe M is? You might find out later in this video if I can play it. Claire Connolly said, am I the only person who finds this terrifying? 7 News Adelaide said the Australian Army has shown off its military strength in Adelaide's CBD. Soldiers from the 1st Armoured Regiment, accompanied by 2 Abrams battle tanks, marched along King William Road from the Torrance Parade Ground to St Peter's Cathedral. Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure they have... Oh, well, they used to. I don't know if they still do have these marches. It's not... I don't think this is usual. Someone tried to tell me once that it was. They have their usual parades, but I've never seen anything like this. So, okay. It may look terrifying. I wouldn't be terrified. Don't be scared. Elon Musk actually said Zuck is a cuck. Okay, he's suing it. Elon Musk is suing Zuckerberg, as we know. This is in response to data hazard. Elon protects free speech. Zuck protects brand speech. Wendy's said, hey Zuck, you should go to space just to make him really mad, lol. And Zuck laughed. And Wendy said, hey Zuck, you should go to space just to make him really mad. And Zuck laughed. I don't know why. And Elon Musk said this platform will protect Anons for this reason particularly. Did you like that one? Larry. Anons. Hello. Hello. We're getting thrown little messages here and there and everywhere. And that's what the mainstream media is calling it. Any child trafficking is now a Q conspiracy? What, so people who don't believe in Q don't believe in child trafficking? Excuse me? Clown Down Under said, how can Aussie farmers compete? Okay. True.
Alright, this is fucked. How can Aussie farmers compete? I'm in Coles, just checking out pineapples.
Oh, I can't play it. He's playing the music in the background. I come from a land down under. Okay, what he's saying is, our Aussie-grown canned vegetable, fruit, is $4 something. Okay, I'm going to pause it when he gets to it, if I can. And he's saying the farmers, how can they compete with this?
Golden circle, can of fruit.
It's $4.40 per 450 grams, okay? Okay, for Australian grown fruit, okay?
Fruit, $4.40. One of them.
But then they've got the Coles brand for $1.65, which is grown in Indonesia. We should be buying from our own country, but look at the difference in price. Their Coles brand is less than half the price of the Australian grown one. I try my hardest, guys. Look, that's why my shopping costs me so much. I try my hardest to buy Australian made, and sometimes I can afford it, and when I can I do, and sometimes I can't. So there you go. But I will try my hardest to buy most of Australian made. Sal the agorist, Jean Corrine Pierre saying there's no telling where the cocaine came from in the White House. Every room in the White House. They would know for sure, mate. Come on, don't tell me that. Pull the wool over someone else's eye. You're not getting it over mine. Tim Young said Netflix paid for cuties. Remember that disgusting movie that looked like it was sexualizing young girls? Getting them to dance like strippers? And the clothes weren't much better? Anyway, Netflix paid for cuties and they turned down The Sound of Freedom. A movie about trafficking, child trafficking. And mainstream media giving it heaps, just saying it's a Q's conspiracy. Anyway, Cat Turd said, what the Carly Bone, what in the Sasquatch is going on here? What? No, hang on, it was better like this. What on earth is that? Are they shooting him so full of something that all his veins are starting to pop? How old is he? Now I'm starting to really question whether there are reptilians or not seeing this. What in the hell? It's even in his neck. What is going on here? Are they shooting him so much with something that his veins are popping out? Like, Averica said dogs are very intuitive. Not often you see a dog speak for the whole world. It's peeing on Dan Andrews' face. Oh, dear. That's a good dog. Good boy, mate. Good boy. Or girl, I don't know. No, it's boy, lifting its leg. The White Rabbit podcast said, and just like that, Tina Arena charts higher than Kylie Minogue. Tina Arena was a child star back in the 70s on Young Talent Time, if I remember correctly. Okay, and what she's saying here, a lot of us did. She just didn't know about it. The fear was so much for me, it was choking me. No, apart from that bit, I was like, I can't cope with all of this. You being so fear-driven like this and compliant, she told the Western Australian. And why can't you drive more than 5 kilometres? Guess what? Watch me. So I did. So I drove past my 5 kilometres. Am I a criminal now? Defiant, she adds, you want to pull me up? Pull me up. You want to find me? Find me. I'm not the one with the issue here. You have no right to do that. This is totalitarian. Totalitarian. We don't work like that. I didn't hear anybody complaining during lockdown other than me. Why are we locked up? Where is your science? Look, Tina, there were a lot of us saying the same thing, believe me. I was on YouTube saying it. That's how I got to 40,000 subs last time. From the beginning, I did not believe it. I took the actual Chinese footage that we had and caught the guy who fell over in the street, straight over onto his head, or onto his front, and watched his arms go up at the last minute to protect his face from hitting the concrete. He wasn't dead. People weren't dropping dead. Darren said, I have no doubt the Western Australian merino flock will reduce by at least 50% in the next 5 years. 20% will go to cropping, 30% to shedding breeds. What a complete disgrace with bureaucracy helping to sink a once proud industry that carried Australia. And I'm seeing farms, shearing sheds, famous ones, going up for sale. Vineyards, and a lot of cropping. Australia was made on farms, built on farms. That's how it was built. And the wool, that sheep, you know, merino wool and things like that. Oh dear, I'd like to do that actually. I don't know how to shear a sheep, but I'd like to run a farm where I sell wool. I'm interested in that one. I like to knit, so why not? I could start a business if I can get on a farm somewhere. QBCC Integrity said July's poll, same question on Albo referendum 2023. To review change in sentiment, please retweet and comment reasons on the poll to ensure most diverse coverage. Are you in favour of enshrining a First Nations voice to Parliament in the Australian Constitution? Who's winning? I did retweet it. I want people to vote on this who are in Australia. 95% have said no. That's only just under 5,000 votes. There are still 5 days left. Carly Bone said Kodak Black says we need Trump back. Let's have a listen. I didn't listen to this one.
Like that boy Trump, man. That young Uncle Trump. Trump 2024, you hear me? No, baby, good crap. Daddy don't like crap. We need Trump in office, man, forever, man. Just like how them Chinese motherfuckers and the Russian and Korean motherfuckers, they have their president. For the bitch, that's just their president, you heard me? We need Trump to just rock out, man. Trump the best thing for America, you heard me? For sure. Trump the best thing for America, man. I respect that boy Logic, his whole little setup, his whole run now. Even if he ain't Freeman, like, if Trump just that GOAT, this shit. And if Trump was in office, he would have went to go get Britain already from Russia.
Okay, I may not fully agree with him. I don't know about the rest of our lives, or the rest of his life. What if he ends up with dementia or something? That's the only bit I didn't agree, but we do need Trump back so bad. The whole world needs him back because he is leader of the free world. Whoever is president of the United States is leader of the free world. That's why I am very concerned. Cat Turd said, this is so disgusting, there are no words. Because believe me, even here in Australia, we were doing better when Trump was in power over in the US, okay? That's why. That's why I have a vested interest in what goes on in America because it affects the rest of the world. Benny Johnson said, on camera, Joe Biden caught sniffing little girl by telling her a little secret. Watch Joe Biden's face when the girl's mother tells him she recorded the entire thing.
Yeah, you're good. Let me whisper a secret. Don't tell mommy what I told you. You got it?
I'm recording.
Oh, you're recording. Not good at open. Yeah. You're
Creepy Joe. Rita said, I don't trust this stupid thing anymore. Seriously. It's leading to TikTok video. Source do family. Oh good God. Okay, I don't trust them, okay? Peter Sweden said this is huge. The Dutch government that wanted to seize 3,000 farms in order to meet new climate goals has collapsed. The Dutch government has collapsed. The ones who wanted to seize 3,000 farms in order to meet new climate goals. A massive win for the Dutch farmers. Go the Dutch. There will be new elections. Go the Dutch. Okay, do you remember Joe M? Okay, let's have a listen. Oh, I don't know if I'll get kicked for this one. Okay. Oh, it's 13 minutes. I'll do a little bit of it. How's that?
Have you ever wondered why we go to war? Or why you never seem to be able to get out of debt? Why there is poverty, division, and crime? What if I told you there was a reason for it all? What if I told you it was done on purpose? What if I told you that those who were corrupting the world, poisoning our food, and igniting conflict were themselves about to be permanently eradicated from the earth? You might think that an idealistic fantasy. Well, let me tell you a story. We acknowledge there are criminals, of course. They rob your house, they steal your phone. They can murder you too if they think they can get away with it. We have all experienced criminals in one way or another. Criminals, as we know, are those who choose personal gain over the rights of others and have no regard for the law. But here's where you need to expand your thinking. Criminals can also succeed in business and politics and can be elected as our leaders. If a criminal became the president, imagine what they could achieve. They could use the full weight of their executive power to commit much larger crimes and ensure they and their friends were enriched to the fullest extent possible.
Okay, I don't... I'm going to retweet this. For anyone who wants to see it, please watch it. Even there's... hopefully my Twitter link is in the description down below. So if you want... You should be able to click on my Twitter link, the current one, and see on my page. And it should be maybe the second one on there. Hodge Twins said, look at how they talk about Sound of Freedom versus Cuties. One movie's about ending child trafficking, the other one sexualises kids. The media is the enemy of the people. Okay, let's have a listen. I mean, a look. Movie, Sound of Freedom, the QAnon-adjacent thriller seducing America. Movie, Cuties, review, Netflix, controversial child exploitation film is bold, flawed and misunderstood. On this one is Jim Caviezel stars as hero trying to stop child trafficker in a paranoid new movie, turning into a box office hit. Go and see it if you can. Seriously, I want to see it. I want to see that movie. We can't see it here in Australia anywhere. General Mike Flynn said this guy makes some really excellent points here. When I hear these type diatribes, I know more and more Americans are getting it and starting to understand what we're up against. Fifth generation warfare is different. It's designed to be different, but so are the consequences. This video describes some interesting ideas for those consequences of getting into politics. Definitely a game changer.
Nation, I think there's one thing we can do that might just fix the entire country. I think we need to take the monolithic surveillance system the government has constructed around us and turn it back on them. We know who the criminals are, so why aren't we watching them instead of them watching us? The government tracks our location. I want to track their location. I want to know every slimeball lobbyist they meet with and every corporate headquarters they visit. Every device they have should be tracked. Every email and message they send read. Unapproved devices should incur, shall we say, a penalty of 1 year in jail and a $10 million fine. Make pansy little penalties and corruption runs rife. No outside or unmonitored devices allowed. Period. That should be the law for all elected officials. I want to know everything a lobbyist ever says to them in person or in writing, recorded and put online. If you deposit large sums of money, you have to prove where it came from. I want documented sources for every dollar politicians receive, investigated by independent sources. I want profiting off of knowledge of upcoming bills or national intelligence briefings to be punishable at the highest extreme of insider trading laws, jail and penalties in multiples of the illegal gains, and then exclusion from government positions or any that might interact with the government forever. These are serious crimes, and it should go even further than we might imagine. The police have body cameras. I think politicians should have body cameras. We need to know every place they go, every person they talk to, and everything they do. They have proven in every instance to be absolutely unreliable and corrupt. There is no other identifiable group of people in this nation in which 50% of them have committed or will commit crimes, and the other 50% we just haven't found out about yet. No group commits more crimes per capita than politicians. So why on earth do we let the most power-hungry, corrupt people use our tax dollars to construct surveillance systems that cost in the hundreds of billions to watch our social media, our email, our messages, our phone calls, our locations, our everything? We need a surveillance state against the state, not against the people.
Well said, mate. Seriously. I agree with him. Let's turn it around, put it back on them. Holy fuck. So Grifter Albo MP is getting ready for another first class all expenses paid jaunt again. He's off. This time to the NATO summit. When did Australia become part of NATO? Meanwhile, Australia is in crisis with homelessness, rampant cost of living out of control, and the pitting of people against each other over his vanity proposal for The Voice. No doubt he'll also hand over $200 million along the way. The idiot leftards will no doubt continue to hero worship him though. Effing imbeciles. I don't know many people who do. I think most of Australia probably hates him right now. Only the people that really that they pay to promote themselves on Twitter. DC Drano said, I'm sorry, but when did child sex trafficking become a conspiracy theory? Did the media just forget why Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell was sent to prison? Did they forget? No, they trafficked to nobody, okay? Just nobody. Don't worry about it. Didn't happen. It was in your imagination, right? You're paranoid. Really? Jack Pozo said, now CNN is demanding no one see Sound of Freedom. They're saying the movie will make more QAnon somehow. The pro-pedo media are terrified of the masses seeing this film. And when people are terrified of you seeing this film, normally there's a reason for that. They may be guilty of something themselves, I don't know. Speculation, YouTube. Matt Wallace said, breaking news, a Native American tribe that controlled the land in Vermont where Ben & Jerry's headquarters is located wants it returned to them after the company publicly called for stolen lands to be returned to tribes. Whoops. It's turning on them. Kevin Sorbo said in a recent poll of high school seniors, 72% didn't know we fought Hitler during World War II. 87% didn't know we entered World War II because of the attacks on Pearl Harbor. 60% didn't know which countries we fought in World War II. What are kids being taught in school? 13% thought General Dwight Eisenhower was a general from the Civil War. 100% are being indoctrinated. Great job, public schools. It's the same over here. I'm wondering what in the hell they're teaching children in schools. Don LeCrae said Donald Trump and Roger Stone and Mel Gibson. Nothing can stop what's coming. Heavy snowball choo-choo, said Rove McManus' wife, jumping on the gravy train, all aboard now. Suddenly she's an Aboriginal. Great. She doesn't look anything like Aboriginal. Sorry, nothing. Patriarchy Hannah said I was a trafficked child. I was trafficked by my parents. My siblings and I all went to school, went to play on play dates. I was around. I didn't exist chained in a room. My oldest brother showed up when I was 5. He took all of us he could find and we never looked back. The healing that God has done in my life cannot be undersold. It's not always people kidnapping children, exploiting them. It's very often children in poor neighbourhoods being exploited by their parents for drugs and money. Oh, really? No. Oh, that... There are children that live along us that are experiencing the same thing that I went through. This is not accused stuff. This is real life stuff. This was my life. I'll probably be saying this a lot over the next few days because it's being spoken about, so bear with me, please. I just need people to know that this is a real thing. It's a very real thing. Sovereign Bra said Tim Ballard spends his life heroically freeing children from trafficking. Jim Caviezel makes a movie about it. The media then proceeds to call it a paranoid new movie in an attempt to discredit its exposure of global child trafficking industry. And we know, they say, it's a QAnon thing. Yep, see? Flame said, why are Australia seriously considering the adoption of UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples? Articles 26 and 28 specifically will lead to separation of Aboriginals from other Australians and the total loss of all land to Aboriginals. And they won't have it either. Okay? The UN will own it. Not even the Aboriginals. Old Farmer said, RE the voice, don't blame the true Aboriginals for this. They didn't ask for it and they don't want it. It's the inner city activists and gutless politicians that are pushing for it and for all for personal selfish gain. That is the very definition of evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. When you love money so much and you want money so much that you would lie, sell your own people out, your communities, your cities, that's evil. Sky News Australia said Australian Jewish Association President David Adler says Jewish organisations who have come out and supported the voice to Parliament should have stayed out of it. Yeah, well, if they're Jewish organisations, if they're not Australian organisations, should stay out of Australian affairs, definitely. But there's Jewish people in Australia who do have a say as well, like Jewish Australians who are Australian, who like Australia the way it is and want it to remain that way. Says what most won't, said, and so it begins. Aboriginal Cultural Heritage Act stopped today's tree planting in Wanthella. I don't know if that's pronounced right. Today, attendees made their way to Wanthella Bush Reserve to plant trees in honour of the late Queen Elizabeth Jubilee, despite checking the site online prior for any Aboriginal heritage, of which there was none. A respected local knowledgeable holder shut down the proceedings on the basis of ground disturbance and the new Aboriginal Culture Heritage Act and the significance of the site to the family. So no trees allowed, okay? The site last year was ravaged by a deliberately lit fire, and these efforts were part of restoring the remnant bushland. This is the first use of powers of entry and stoppage we are aware under the Act, despite technically not being an official Aboriginal inspector under the Act, as no LACHS has been created to appoint them as such, so some confusion is now in play. CGG complied with the directive to stop the tree planting, and we apologise for the inconvenience. No, I would have planted the bloody tree anyway. Stuff them. You're just going to claim everything. You can't do anything. Just see, it's the UN running it. They don't want you growing food. They don't want you planting trees. They want you dead. By the look of it. DC Drono said, did you see this? I did see that, thank you. I like it still, but we all saw it. Biden sniffing the little girl. Bro said, leftists on Twitter spend all day defending the government, then spend the night trying to work out how they're going to afford continued rises in electricity, rent, mortgages, health insurance, groceries, etc. Then come back and defend the government all day again. F-wits. Liz Churchill said the pedo-Marxists want you to believe that child sex trafficking is a conspiracy theory because the reality is people like Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were trafficking children of politicians, celebrities and elites. That's why they fear the movie Sound of Freedom. They're involved. Anyone who's panicking about this is involved or is trying to cover up for someone close to them who's involved. I'd say they're involved. I'm just speculating here, okay? DC Drano said, Dear Secret Service, if you leak the security footage of Hunter dropping his bag of coke, you'll be an American hero. Please help take down this corrupt and diseased crime family. America is depending on you. So any member of the Secret Service willing to, please drop the footage. Will there be a whistleblower from the Secret Service next? Let's keep our eyes open. Come on, man. So the failed Labor Premier Palachuk is about to call it quits and run for the hills after trashing Queensland and leaving it limping along with dud ministers, corruption and chaos. With an Olympic Games on the horizon and no way to fund it after blowing the federal cash splash. It's because they pocket it. They stick it all in their pocket. And they say this cost $232 million, for a 5-kilometre road. Mark PG said, can someone explain to me that the robo-debt scheme started by Shorten and Plibersek, run by Canberra bureaucrats, is all the fault of Morrison? Scott Morrison did not make robo-debt. It was a thing that got, if you got Social Security in America, we have Centrelink in Australia. It used to be called Social Security. They changed it to Centrelink. And then they started this AI thing that caught people cheating the system, except half of them didn't, and they lost any income they ever had, and a lot of them took their own lives. Okay, well, that scheme was started by Labor in the first place, but anyone arguing that point seems to forget and blame it all on Morrison for some reason. Our last Prime Minister. It was the one before that. Teresa said Indians and other foreign groups are being funded to campaign against... Oh, this is people from India, okay, not American Native Indians. This is people from India, the country. Indians and other foreign groups are being funded to campaign against our nation. Another reason why diversity is not a strength but a weakness. Because they're supporting the yes vote. If the yes vote wins, it'll be because of racial groups like this. If these groups get any bigger, they would win such a referendum and change our country forever. Albo says he will bring up to 1 million people, such people over the next 12 months. Demographics are destiny. The Indian half of me is embarrassed that these Indians are literally being used once again by a white man to do his bidding. But they're being used. Indians create Desist for Yes campaign to support yes vote to Indian communities. God help us. David Nino Rodriguez said left-wing news sites. I'm hoping normal Indians have more sense. They have more brains than this to fall for that. David Nino Rodriguez says left-wing news sites discrediting the sound of freedom as pure evil. Now you're witnessing the panic. Here are examples. The Guardian says it's QAnon adjacent. The Jezebel ran a... Call it the Jezebel. Seriously? The Jezebel ran a story called Sound of Freedom is anti-child. Trafficking fantasy fit for QAnon. Time to pick a lane, folks. We just only know this because we read the Q board, and we found out that it was like a spoiler alert. Like I was saying the other day, it was like reading the book before the movie comes out, and everyone sees the movie and go, ah, and yeah, it's interesting. Jim Caviezel said we hit 2 million tickets for the Sound of Freedom movie. This is a representation of children's lives who will be saved. Thank you to Angel Studios Inc. for championing this film, and to the audience, please continue to share the message because God's children are not for sale. And I'm also going to retweet that one. Kevin We the People, Dad said, in case you didn't know, now you know. Isn't it interesting that Odysee, Chester Bennington, Anthony Bourdain and Chris Cornell all took themselves out while working on a documentary called The Silent Children about widespread pedophilia and trafficking? I'm hoping they're alive. You know how Epstein was done? You know how we don't believe necessarily that he is gone? Yeah, well, there will be people who you think who are dead who are alive, and there are people who you think alive who are going to be dead. Okay, take that any way you like. Awakened Outlaw said if you think that this crap faded away, you'd be sorely mistaken. In fact, it's gotten far worse. One simple question is, why in the F did the CIA have an operation to abduct, torture, sexually abuse children? Another might be along the lines of why the F did the CIA involve them in satanic orgies, blood rituals and murder other children? How is that even a thing? Many of you are going to have a very difficult time coming to terms with the implication involved here. It won't be easy for those already aware, but at least a good deal of the shock has passed. And if you're unaware of what's going on here, I suggest you grudgingly pay attention, even if it's painful to see. The truth is worse than you could ever imagine. But in order to understand what we're up against, you have to see things for what they are. HT and my brother-in-arms, Austere Wyatt. 1, a worthy follow if you like truth and are straight to the point. Quote from the FBI files, says Wyatt. Specially trained government kidnappers with top clearance and protection in their assigned task of stealing children, torturing and abusing them, involving satanic orgies, blood rituals and murder of the children. The Finders. Remember the Finders? I don't know if anyone was with me on the first channel where I read all this. And I'll do it again if you want, if I can find it. The Finders is a CIA front established in the 1960s. Members are specially trained, government kidnappers with top clearance and protection in their assigned task of stealing children. And it does say what was quoted up here. In there, the Finders are all unknown sexual degenerates who use a fleet of unmarked cars to grab targeted children from parks and schoolyards. Yeah, the classic white van. Maybe times using their own child members as decoys. They lure the innocent children away from the crowd. Close to their van, adults inside grab the children and then transport them to a series of safe houses where they await their ill-fated end. Oh, that's better. Why didn't I do that in the beginning? They are then used in ceremonies. The children are either taken out, sacrificed, or body parts are sold as slaves, auctioned off at various locations in the Northern Hemisphere. In the past, they've been auctioned off near Las Vegas, Nevada, Toronto, Canada, Lincoln, Nebraska, Michigan, Houston, Texas. Marion David Petty, the leader of the cult, is an identified pedo, homo, and CIA officer. His son was a former employee of CIA proprietary firm Air America, which was notorious for smuggling drugs destined for the United States out of the Golden Triangle into Saigon during the Vietnam War. Just for your information, okay? Yeah, how did a program like that ever get approved? That's true. It's disgusting, but it's true. Okay, I've got to go back one more, do I? Yep, okay. Anywho, I've got to find that, retweet that. I've got to find the original paperwork I was reading. Elon Musk parody said, I'm no longer on a mission to just fight suck. I'm on a mission to knock Lizard Boy out cold. I hope his wife watches. Sorry, I shared that because I thought it was funny. And kind of needed after the previous post, actually. Phil, One People, One Nation said, how can someone who is not of Aboriginal descent be an Uluru Statement signatory? And I think I've already shared all this. Yes, I have. So that's it for the news. And if anyone wants me to, please let me know about if you want to hear more about what the finders did. I can try and find the paperwork and read it again. Okay, where am I up to? Back here. Okay, I'm Kai said, oh sorry, Alex said BBC presenter has been suspended now, but they knew about it yet again. James said, nice one, girlie, love you. Thank you. I am Kai said, do not light candles. Oh, I did read that one. Okay, Weezy said, that's weird. My comment mentioning where to watch that Jim Cazelle movie keeps disappearing. Obviously a YouTube bug, lol. They don't want us to see it. Can you write it, okay, without putting the actual link in, can you write and separate where it shouldn't be separated, like put a space in? Just break it up, so I don't know if that'll work. Hey Darren, how you going? Alex said, I know YouTube make you put a @name as well as your actual YouTube name. If you comment, it will come up with the @name you picked. I'll send you a text, Hev. I did read that too. Selena, how you going? I don't know if I said hello. Because I think I'm rereading some of the comments I read before. How you going, George? Michelle App said, have I sent you a gift? Did it go through? Yes. Michelle App tips, thank you. And your birthday was on the 7th. Wow. Oh, God love you. Happy birthday, Michelle. Oh, it did go through. Darren said all politicians are wieners. Yeah, they are, aren't they? Some more so than others, I think, at the moment. Alex said, awesome, Michelle. Yep, it showed up on the screen. It came up. It comes up like a little... If you go through Streamlabs, it'll show up on the screen, which you did. And it's the best way to go because I get it immediately that way. Shannon said, oops, went back to sleep waiting for Hev, lol. How you going, Shannon? Okay, I'm Kai said, Tennessee, USA will not allow alternative educational lessons for students. Really? Alex said, go Aussies fighting back. Michelle said, hi Alex, I stepped away from the screen so I didn't see it, thanks. Oh, God love you. George said, I saw something weird last night, an orange-red orb flying over my flats. Really? Hey, if you ever see anything, see if you can, I don't know if you've got a phone with a camera on it, but most phones these days see if you can get a video or something. I know sometimes you're out there and you don't have the, you haven't got anything on you, or you can't, there it goes, kind of thing. I understand that, but if you can, see if you can get a video of something. Shannon said, hope no one pointed the bone. Hey, Nisi Glover from South Carolina. So happy to be with you. You too. Darren said, maybe I didn't want to fly over your heels, George. Maybe it didn't want to fly over your heels, George. Over the flat. We call an apartment a flat or a unit here in Australia, and I believe it's the same in the UK. A flat. They're called a flat. Alex said, what's the smoking ceremony for? Oh, because they're welcoming everyone to everything now here in Australia, Aboriginal smoking ceremony. So everything that goes on, they're trying to make an Aboriginal smoking ceremony for it. So, yeah. Oh, my earphone fell out. I don't think it matters anymore. My earphone just fell out of my head. Okay. So, yeah, that's what the smoking ceremony's for. To welcome, I don't know. Welcome everyone to country? I don't know. They were doing that, actually. They were doing that when we went to the protests at the beginning of the lockdown. Yeah. I don't know why. They were. I didn't question it back then. I didn't know why. Now I know. Were they getting us ready for it? Who knows? Shannon said how much of that money was skimmed off the top. Oh, the money for the politicians, or the money for what, you know, the road, the 5-kilometre road for $232 million. I was going to say billion again. Million. I reckon a lot of it's scraped off. And they, like all the way down, I reckon they get a piece of it. Darren said, I get a nice feeling from my smoking ceremonies. Yeah, me too. At least mine do something for me. I don't know. Alex said, is she drunk? She sounds like she's slurring. That's what I thought. Either scared shitless or she's drunk. Or she's had maybe a minor stroke or something. I don't know. She looked scared. Her voice was shaking. She couldn't speak. Like she kept tripping up on her words. I do that too. So, I can't talk. But normally these people are professional speakers. You know what I mean? Not like me. I'm not a professional anything. But yeah, these people are normally professional speakers, and for her to be tripping over her words like that means something's going on. Darren said she sounds like Pelosi. I am Kai said what I used to be a drunk, now enough in there. She's never really sober. Alex said, yeah, Darren, they're still having a party, lol, at our expense. Yeah, exactly. It's all the money they're putting in their pocket, and they're just probably, celebrating with each other. Darren said a stroke can do that to someone too. That's what I thought. It could be she may have had a minor stroke, because I believe a minor stroke can make you slur. I slur sometimes, but I do it more for censorship reasons. So if you see me slur, I don't drink, so I'm not drunk. I might be a bit stoned, but I'm not drunk. And I normally slur on here to avoid censorship. Okay, Alex said maybe she had a jabber. No, apparently a lot of the top politicians didn't actually get it. They were just, theatrical ones, apparently. Ones where the needle tip goes into the syringe and that, One even had the lid on, still. One of our politicians who got it done on mainstream TV. It still had the lid on, the orange cap. I am Kai said I quit, set it down, stay lit for another week almost, hang over the works. Yeah, I am Kai said Darren is correct. George said I was thinking she might have had a stroke. Yes, it does look. She could either be drunk and slurring, or she's had a slight stroke and slurring. I am Kai said Darren laughed my ass off. Oh, because Darren said Star Wars warned us about how bad the jabber are. And Charles said Obama's Biden's puppeteer. Yes, exactly, Charles. I agree. And how you going anyway? George said Jim Caviezel made a movie called Sound of Freedom about child trafficking. Yep. Shannon said jab do it same as nut allergies. Well, where did nut allergies come from? When I was young, at school, everyone had peanut butter sandwiches or Vegemite sandwiches. No one had peanut allergies. When did they start? In the 90s? Maybe the late 80s, early 90s? Alex said, I watched a series about an Amish a while ago and millennials going to live with them was interesting to watch. Yeah, I'd go live with the Amish. I'd have to give up everything. I would too, I reckon. Give up everything, just go live with the Amish. Shannon said evergreen containers. Yes. Yep. The children, the live art gets shipped in evergreen containers mainly. Carl said, you didn't, or Dr. Keck, you are right, Hev. Yeah, no, he didn't. No, that was a way to get people following. All the tricks of, you know. I am Kai said, I lived with some Mennonites once for about 7 months as a child. Awesome people. Wish I never had to leave there. Yeah. I like the way they do things. I like that they don't have TVs, that they sit and talk. Or maybe they do now, right? But they didn't fall for the propaganda. They don't go and get there, you know. You got a natural immune system. They grow their own food. They do it their own way, and I like that. Amy Sco said, happy birthday, you beautiful soul. You've been there so many times when I've been down. Thank you. Oh, God love you, Amy. Thank you, guys. Menacing Muskrat said, Evergreen, that was Killary's code name. Yes, it was. Was she the head of it? Children traveling. Oh my God, Timmy! Happy birthday, Hev. I'm on my property, relying on satellite internet. I hope this goes through. The town I'm in has 190 residents. Very little civilization, as it were. Lol, there's a hotel, restaurant, grocery store, post, gas station building. Oh, I'd love that. Oh, what was that? Yep. Oh, God love you, Timmy. Thank you, guys. Oh, that is amazing. Good on you, Timmy. I'd be out in the property too, relying on satellite internet. It came through in a town of 190. Oh, my goodness, with just a gas station, a post office, the grocery store, the restaurant. Oh, I'd love that. Wow. George said, Down Under's a good tune. Yep. I come from a land down under. That must have been a cool experience, I am Kai, said Alex. Stu said, well, Navy will have freedom of entry marches into cities. The ship's named after once in a while, but no tanks or weapons, etc. Interesting. Yeah, you normally have the ships docking and stuff like that, but you don't normally have it on the streets. I don't know. Last time I remember that was in Ireland in the 70s. Tanks roaming along the streets and armies and... yeah, that's what I remember. Wah. Pardon me. I'm trying not to burp at anyone. Menacing Muskrat said Renegade was Obama. That was his code name. Evergreen was Clinton. Renegade was Obama. And hey Stu, said Alex, and yeah, hey Stu. Bush was Timberwolf. Yes, he was. Menacing Muskrat. Good memory. I'm glad you remember. Bush was Timberwolf. That was his Secret Service names, they are. Charles said they take out the kids to gain their adreno, yet the highly potent drug that they find so gratifying. Yeah, that supposedly it makes them younger. And yeah, they get I don't know what they get. They get more energy or something from it. It's like a drug. I agree, Charles. Alex said also a Twilight Zone episode at Menacing Muskrat. Yeah, Evergreen. The 2000 version of the Twilight Zone. Sorry, my stomach's growling already. Is there anything around here I can eat? Hang on a second. Bacon bites. Give me a sec. Nibble Nobby's nuts. We have a company in Australia called Nobbies, right? I don't know if you got it in other countries. And they normally do peanuts and that. And they used to have an ad called an advertisement that used to say Nibble Nobby's nuts. Nibble the bacon bites. That's like breakfast. I'll have one. I'll see if that will shut my gut up. Oh, that was nice. Tastes like real bacon though. It's not that fake flavour. It's like they fried up bacon and chucked the chips around in the bacon. Okay. George said hairy arms. Yeah, but I don't know. Did you see the veins? I don't know. Does that happen with older people? Their veins just start really sticking out? I've never seen it. My mum and dad don't have it. Alex said, I've been trying to live a more simple life and have been for a while now. I'm much happier for it. So I know what you mean. I'm Kai. Yep. Menacing Muskrat said, who was that? Biden? The hairy arms and the veins? I'm Kai said, modern people are either too lazy or not properly educated to live that Amish and Mennonite life. Yeah. Alex said, was it Biden? Yep. George said, yeah, it was Biden. Menacing Muskrat said, hello, George, how you doing? Menacing Muskrat put a little mouse in there. Alex said, yes, the Matrix was taken over. I am Kai. I am Kai said, yeah, I'm going to go. You know what I'm going to do after this? I'm going to put the Twilight Zone on, lay down and fall asleep watching the Twilight Zone. George said, I'm okay, thanks, Menacing. How are you? That's if I do, because half the time I go to try and have a sleep, I can't. Menacing Muskrat said, awesome, God is so good. Oh my God, Tim has tipped again and said, damn it, that was supposed to be 200. And I hit the wrong button. Let's see if this works. Oh, God love you, Timmy. Oh, God love you. Goodness me. What was I? Stu said Sorrento. Be great if more musos would speak up. Alex said I could do that with the amount of fur that comes off the cats. Sherry said, I have the same dream, Hev. I want to have my own little farm. I know, I really do. And I'd rather like a sheep shearing, because then you're not killing the sheep. You know what I mean? There's ways of doing things that you don't have to, you know, like you will to eat, you'll have to eat, but, you know, I don't know. And if you do have to kill anything for its food, you should use all of it. The skin, the hide or whatever, all the parts of it. You know, feed the innards to the dogs, the cats, or the other animals, you know. The way the chickens eat things, I wouldn't be surprised if chickens would eat the innards of other animals. Darren said, when they blame climate change for global famine, they mean their solution in the name of climate change. Yep. It's just a tax everyone for everything we do. Another tax on everything. That's what it is. Alex said, same old, Darren. George said, Biden's a pervert. Yeah, he is, isn't he? He's horrible. Darren said he sniffs how much adreno is in the kid. Oh. Alex said, there are so many montages of him doing it too. Yeah. Menacing Muskrat said, old lunchbox Joe had brain surgery to crumb his sexual appetite. That's a long time ago. Yeah, well, I was listening to something today that said, you know how Joe came out and said that he had, a stroke or whatever it was, and he's bleeding his brain and he had to be operated on, and people said when he came back he wasn't the same afterwards. Alex put all the links again in there, thank you. George said a lot of brainwashed people. Menacing Muskrat said that is JFK Jr.'s voice. You for sure. Darren said, yes, Alex, it really is. Oh, thank you, Menacing Muskrat. Yep. The first one, Hev is back, mate, is the one you'll find all the information today on. Thank you so much, guys. You and Alex. God love yous. I watched a really creepy video about AI on Spill Channel today. So scary. TikTok mum exposes disturbing Snapchat AI. It lured my daughter to a park. Yeah, we need to turn this stuff like back a bit off or something. Or turn it back on the politicians. Oh, guys, hang on one sec. One sec, guys. Sorry, guys. That was my dad ringing to wish me happy birthday. God love him. Okay, George said I will download Sound of Freedom when it's released. Alex said I also hear that apparently sending a thumbs up emoji may now be considered the agreement of a legally binding contract the Canadian judges ruled. A thumbs up emoji, oh, they got to be kidding themselves, don't they? Menacing Muskrat says Sound of Freedom was shelved for 5 years because Disney didn't want it to come out. Yes. Thank you, Menacing Muskrat. Yes, it had been. It was given to Disney 5 years ago. They didn't want to release it. So, okay. Darren said, so ridiculous, Alex. What the? George said, Disney can kiss my backside. Darren said, they would if you were younger, George. Alex said, the case involved a farmer, Chris, actor of Swift Current, Saskatchewan, and 2021 deal to sell 87 metric tonnes of flax to grain buyer Kent Mickleborough. Stu said, there's some legend, me too, Hev. I am Kai, said Alex, oh my God, but I'm kind of not surprised. Alex said, it's madness. Menacing Muskrat said, can you see me on here? Yeah, I can see you on there. Yep, everyone sees you there. Hey, Dan Markle Senior, how you going? Menacing Muskrat said, having to refresh, crazy. Alex was having a problem the other day typing. She had a slow, something wasn't going right. Alex said, I'm not surprised either. They want any excuse to completely control us, including passing items in Parliament under the radar. Alex said, yes, I can see you, Menacing. Alex said, my chat just slowed right down too. Seems okay now. Wow. George said, I'll be watching Sound of Freedom. Jim Caviezel is a good actor. Alex said, where can I find that, George? Charles said, schools aren't for teaching, they're for brainwashing us. Yes, yep, I agree. I am Kai, said Charles is correct. George said, I had a look for it today, Alex, but I could not find it. Out to lunch said, remember the movie Jeepers Creepers, the bad guy sniffing the students on the bus? Yes, I do. I remember that. Out to lunch, yep. George said, yeah, it's a true story about child trafficking. Oh, yeah, Sound of Freedom, a film, Alex. Darren said, they never learn. The more you tell people not to watch, the more people want to watch it. Yeah, it's reverse psychology. Tell people the reverse. Don't watch it. Alex said, I found something on Odysee, but it's behind a paywall, so I'm not sure if that's it. It would be interesting to watch, George. Alex said, it's only 01 credits, so I'll check. George said, if they don't want us to watch it, then we should watch it. Definitely. If they don't want you to watch it, especially mainstream, you need to watch it. I'm Kai, said Alex, in the movie there's a different reason for the sniffing, so some aren't taken. Alex said that wasn't it, just soldiers firing their arms and legs. I am Kai, said George, I 100% agree. Charles said, I believe Baldwin, the actor, shot and killed the woman filming due to the fact that she was working on a documentary on child trafficking. I agree. Charles, definitely. Alex said, I really want to find it now. I am Kai, said Charles is correct. Darren said, I've heard of that too, Charles, yes. Alex said, I'll check properly tomorrow and add it to the comments or the next chat if I can find it. George says, Sound of Freedom has made more money in cinemas than the latest Indiana Jones movie. Yes, it has. It has. I am Kai, said the story is bad. Reconstructive doctor came forward about things he's done. Oh. Menacing Muskrat said, when Jim Caviezel played Jesus in The Passion, he was hit by lightning, had many health issues. The devil did almost anything to stop that movie from coming out. Same with The Sound of Freedom. Alex said, hopefully it wakes more people up. Well, I think it's going to bring the people together. If anything's going to do it, it's going to be that. George said, yeah, Menacing. Darren said, Alex, I tried looking for the film. The results say the only place to watch is on Disney+. Are they screwing with us? Alex said, I just remember Anne Hesh did a similar film before she passed. Not sure if that's out. I think it was called Girl in Room 13 or something like that. They do it to a lot of them. Menacing Muskrat said, they are alive. There will be an unveiling soon. I am Kai, said Darren with oh my god. Oops, jumped again. Can I get back to where I was? Okay, I am back to where I was. I worked out yesterday after I finished the live stream that if I go onto YouTube Studio and look at the comments through that, they don't jump like it does on OBS. Alex said, yeah, I won't be downloading Disney Plus, and how ironic, Darren. I'm Kai said, maybe that's a com. Darren said, maybe Disney are finally cooperating. George said, Disney's gone woke, needs to go broke. I'm Kai said, Darren, maybe. I'm Kai said, George, maybe that's it. Maybe they lost park attendance. Shannon said, iPod 1776 did a thing on the finders, and iPod 1776 was another one who's deleted off YouTube during the first round of deletions, of people getting deleted. And I believe he's on Rumble now. George said, Disney has destroyed Star Wars with their woke BS. I am Kai said, I miss iPod 1776, yep. In pursuit of truth. Alex said, my chat just froze again, took ages to get back in. Shannon said, maybe it was the weatherman, maybe it was Jamie Deluxe with the finders. Alex said, at least I remembered to change it back to live chat this time. Hey Ruff, how you going? Hi everyone, you can pay forward tickets to Sound of Freedom. I bought 2 there. Goal was 2 million as far as, and that's how many children each year surpassed that number already. Excellent. And George said, happy birthday, Michelle. Shannon says, it was Sock's fault. Alex said, happy birthday for the 7th, Michelle. I am Kai said, Ruff, that's the best news today so far. George said, I did take a photo, Hev, but not a good photo. Oh, okay. And Charles has given a birthday cake there. Menacing Muskrat said, yes, happy birthday, Michelle. Another trip around the sun, may it be a joyous one. Alex said, yes, we call it flat. There you go. You do call it a flat. An apartment is called a flat in the UK and Australia. Shannon said, to cover the smell of the politicians are dribbling out of their mouths. Michelle said, thank you all. And I am Kai said, happy birthday, Michelle. Darren said, you can talk, Hev. That's what you're doing now. Yeah, when I say I can't talk because I do the same thing. Yeah, I can talk. And you wouldn't, look, normally I'm a very quiet person. I don't talk this much, only on stream. Normally I'm a very quiet person. So it's surprising I can actually do this because, yeah, I'm so quiet normally. Alex said, I took a really good video of an orb with a tail by accident earlier. I was doing my insanity workout, was praying to God for strength. Oh, really? Yeah, I've been doing my workouts. You know how I lost all that weight? Well, I gained back about 3 or 4 kilos, which was nearly about 10 pounds. And, yeah, so 6 days last week I've done aerobics, and I had a break yesterday. I'll be doing it again today and tomorrow, and yeah, can't lay off it because the minute you do, it starts coming back. And I don't want that. Shannon said, what's an insanity workout? It's a really intense workout, I think, Shannon. Intense. I go easy and I still lose weight. So I like my easy movements because it still makes me end up puffing and, you know, even when it's freezing. I am Kai said, hope there's no straitjacket involved. Out to lunch said, all the bad things we know may just be the tip of the iceberg and it really be far worse. That's what I think is going to happen out to lunch. We know a bit of it, but we don't know all of it. Okay, so even those who are awake, who know a bit of it, I think are going to be surprised at all of it. Alex said, awesome, Timmy. God love you. Yeah, Michelle and Timmy, God love you guys. Out to lunch, you keep doing it the same way, expect a different outcome. Alex said, yeah, it is, my legs are burning, but all worth it. See, I don't even get that. Because I do an easy workout, I don't get sore. I don't know. And the muscles are starting to build in the legs, you know, from doing the squats and, you know. It's hard work. Like, at first I couldn't do many and my legs would just nearly buckle under me, and I'm like, my God, I've lost some strength, man. So that's why I have to do it. For my just overall health, I have to do it. And weight, health, everything. I'm casted out to lunch and laughing. Out to lunch at battery 15%. Talk later. Oh, God love you, out to lunch. Alex said, that sounds lovely, Tim. It does, doesn't it? Oh, Timmy, you've got the life. What a beautiful, beautiful way to spend time. Shannon said, sound like doing something over and over again, expecting different results. Alex said, take care, see you soon, out to lunch. George said, I've not seen Timmy in the chat. No, it came up on the screen that he donated. He might not be in the chat because he might be out he's out in the country or in a small town, and he's relying on satellite internet, so he may not have enough internet access to comment too much. I don't know. He might have commented further down. I'm just at the part where I'm reading it, you know. Darren said, nor have I, George. And Shannon said, I can't see Timmy. And I'm Kai said, I can't see Timmy either. George said, take care, out to lunch. It's a good name, isn't it? I am Kai. I like it, because as soon as he came up with the name Timmy, I kind of South Park. Timmy! Shannon said it was evergreen container that Dexter was found in with all the blood. Oh, really? Alex said it's by Sean T. I did it 10 years ago and never felt better, so I thought I'd do it again. Yeah, 10 years is a long time. I couldn't do it anyway. You know, you might be able to. Oh, there's no way in the world. Alex said, we have Nobby's nuts. You do? Did you used to have an ad saying nibble Nobby's nuts? Darren said, poor Nobby. Alex says, I am Kai. Shannon said, nibble Nobby's nuts before Nobby nibbles yours. Oh, God. But you remember that ad, don't you? Oh, my goodness. Alex said, Shannon's been laughing. George said, will an insanity workout do wonders for my ever-growing stomach, lol? Even a normal workout will. I am Kai said, laugh my ass off, Shannon. Alex said, awesome, Timmy. I think that was the second one. Shannon said, did they take children's blood as a fountain of youth, hence the name Evergreen? Alex said, such hard work, such a hard workout, but complete body and mind transformation in 60 days. Any exercise will, honestly, it makes you mentally feel better. It really does. I don't know how, but exercise works on your mind, your body, and your health. It's really, really, look, I can't, honestly, when people say, I'll go on a diet, and I'm like, well, they don't really work. You got to kind of work out a bit to get your muscles and your metabolism working. You need to work out to get that metabolism kicking. Because mine's in such slow mode that if I don't work out, my metabolism is shit. So there you go. Some people can just stay skinny, but no, not me. Shannon said Satan is also known as the Green Man. Ooh. George said, okay, Alex. Alex said, the more I read, listen to my Bible, the more I realised I'm not ready for what's coming. Look, I don't know. I know a fair bit, but I don't even think I'm ready for it. Like, how can you ever be ready for that? I don't know. Sorry, I'm playing with my feet under here. Try it. There we go. Yeah. And don't forget, a lot of the Bible is metaphorical. So when it says the beast with 7 heads, it doesn't actually mean a beast with 7 heads, although, I don't know, you never know. Do you think we're going to see a 7-headed beast come out of the ocean or something? Was it 7 or 10? Oh, I've got to go and read the Bible again. I am Kai said Shannon is correct. Alex said, yeah, apparently Biden had 2 brain aneurysms. That's it, the aneurysms. I am Kai said, go find old pics and knew of them all. They aren't the same people. Darren said, just keep reading, Alex, you'll be ready then. Simone said, Alex, RE Bible not being ready, look up Generation 2434 might help. Alex said, when I get to the end, which I nearly am, I'm going to go back and start and just keep reading it over and over. That's a great idea, Alex, honestly. Shannon said, I can see the tumour growing as she speaks, lol. I am Kai said, I've got to go, guys. May the God, the creator of creation, bless and keep us all, and may the force be with you. You too, Kai. Have a good one and good luck with everything, with the scans and everything. I hope they find, can fix some things for you. Alex said, thank you, Simone. I'll check that out. I'm pretty mentally ready, just not physically. Yeah, that I'm having, yeah. Like, I'm starting to grow stronger, but it's taking longer than it did last time, so. Shannon said, timing is everything, definitely. Darren said, try another version too. Subtle differences may help you as they are all translations. Oh, shoot. Where'd it go? It jumped again. Let me see. Yep, I got back to where I was on the YouTube studio. Okay. Out to lunch said, sent 40 for your bippin' day. Okay, hang on a sec. Did you go through Stripe? Oh, God love ya. You did too. God love you guys. Thank you, Out to Lunch. Appreciate that, guys. All of you guys. Seriously. Even just listening to me ramble on for a couple of hours. And have a bit of a laugh at the news and then get serious with the news and be nearly unable to read the news because of such censorship and plus you're nearly crying because of what you're reading because it's children and you just, I don't know, I think of my grandkids, and I just, it really gets to me. Everyone's saying take care, Kai, see you soon, be safe. Shannon said Barbara Streisand effect. Yeah, don't look here, don't look here. And everyone looks. Alex said, I've just subbed Generation 2434. Cool. Always good to have as much information as possible. Thank you, Simone. Alex said, it's still going slow. I think I need more space on my laptop, lol. Or even laptop. Oh, yeah, laptop. Or even laptop. Menacing Muskrat said, Anne Hesh is still alive, Alex. Darren said, I need more space on mine. The cat was on my keyboard. Yeah, if I ever comment on anyone's stream, it's my cat. Because they walk on my phone as well. God knows what they do on my phone. I've got to remember to lock the phone when the cat's near me. Like when you just got to sit on the bed or something, Alex said, take care, see you soon. Hope MRI goes good tomorrow. God bless, I'm Kai. George said, Alex, do you do a disk cleanup and defrag? Yeah, I remember when computers first came out, they were insistent that you do a cleanup and a defrag on your computer. And I don't know if people forgot or if people still do it. But it's a good idea. It puts all the files into one spot because they're normally scattered all over your computer. Little bits of information just everywhere, and it puts it all together and gives you a bit more room and speeds your computer up a little bit. So that can work. It's in the settings somewhere in your on your computer, in the settings. Shannon said, if you open your laptop, it doubles the space, makes a great serving tray. My cup is actually boiling. It was simmering on that candle because there's only about that much of my cup left. Okay. I need to go and make another cup of tea. Alex said, oh, hang on. Where am I up to? Darren said it'll go slow without it. Out to Lunch said, with a cup holder. Yeah, the CD. Right, it's a cup holder. Out to Lunch said, iPod is on Rumble. Darren said, don't defrag if you use solid state hard drive. Oh, really? I don't even know what a solid state hard drive is. How do you check if you got one of them? Alex said, no, not since I got it, and probably should, George. Alex said, we'll see if my brother can do it. He's a computer engineer. George said, how long have you had your laptop, Alex? Darren said, Alex asked him to disable any useless startup programs too. Out to Lunch said, another year of the sun going around you haven't sent. Yep, it is. Captain Whippersnapper said, happy birthday, Hev. May you receive many blessed, beautiful memories this upcoming year. I hope so. I hope so. I want land, a farm. That's my dream. That's my biggest dream that I have is land. Even if I have to camp on it. Out to lunch said, if flat earth. Alex said, maybe a year and a half, George O'Brien just started putting all my pics and videos into a hard drive. Alex said, I was going to do the workout you suggested, but I thought I would jump in at the deep end, feeling the burn today. That's why I don't do it. I don't want to be sore, so I don't go berserk. But you still can, like, you can, in the movements they do, you can either step them or you can jump them. So you can up the intensity of the workout by making it a bit bouncier, you know? But I just do the step, 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 step. Except when it comes to the bit where you got to jump, 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 jump. Oh dear. But I don't feel like I don't get the aching muscles or anything either. So George said, okay, Alex, do a disc clean up and defrag. We'll give you some space. Alex said, day 3 tomorrow if I can walk. Lol, it's not that bad. No, it will get better. Yes, it does. The more you do it, the more that pain in the muscles goes away. As long as you don't pull the muscles. Out to lunch said, Alex, bleach will help, Killary says. Yeah, that'll kill all the memory on your computer. You won't have a computer anymore. Alex said, cool, thanks, George. I need to do something. It's annoying when it keeps freezing. George said, maybe go back to factory settings, but you'll need to save everything you want to keep. Yeah, so if you ever do that, go and put everything on a hard drive, a disconnectable hard drive first. Captain Whippersnapper said, Australian sense of humour is the best. Thanks, Hev. Much love. Sent you away. Oh, thank you, Captain Whippersnapper. Now it's jumped again. Where was I up to? Where am I? Okay. Alex said, our advert was that it's Christmas Day. I think he's from Slade. George said, hi, Captain. Alex said, I think it's the same advert. Captain Whippersnapper said, hi there, George. Nice to hear from you. Alex said, beast with 7 heads. Kyra's message is retracted. Alex said, hey, Kyra. Yes, and nice to be outside too. Hi, Kyra. Kyra. Ruff said, wonder about Penny Wong and Section 44 of the Australian Constitution. 44, no foreigner or person with dual citizenship is allowed in government. Exactly. And if it wasn't so bad right now, I'd love to get my Australian citizenship and, like, I'll become an Aussie. A full-on Aussie. Not have both citizenships, just be a full-on Aussie. I don't mind. Shannon said, United Nations or NATO is the beast with 7 heads. Yes, it's a... Yeah, the beast is a bunch of... Yeah, what you said, Shannon. Exactly. Just, right. That. Okay? Menacing Muskrat said, and I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. That's where I got confused. And upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. There you go. Revelations 13:1. Revelation. It is Revelation, isn't it? It's upside down, that. It's not going to help me. I could just wait for the comments, but it's Revelation, not Revelations. My stomach's growling again. Alex said, this is an amazing place to be with our little family. It is good, isn't it? Menacing Muskrat said, Zelensky signed something today. Hopefully his own death warrant. I don't know. Sorry, I was just thinking out loud there, you know. I don't know. Hopefully he's not joining with NATO. Hey Dolores, how you going? Darren said it was another begging letter, Muskrat. Was it? Sorry. Alex said, I was just thinking something like that, Darren. Alex said, this will take the taste buds off being that hot. Alex said bloatware is so annoying and on bloody everything these days. Yeah, like when they use cookies for everything. They store those cookies on your computer. It takes up space. There's no need for it. Dolores said, happy birthday, Hev. Oh, thank you, Dolores. I appreciate that. George said, I don't take Zelensky seriously after watching a video of him in a boy band, lol. Yeah, with the shirt just came to here with long sleeves. It was not really a shirt. I don't know what the freaking hell that is. But anyway, I know some women wear it with little, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, and playing the piano with his penis. Hey Deb, how you going? Oh, God love ya. Happy birthday, sweetie. Menacing Muskrat said, Turdu will send his bum buddy our money. Zelensky will BW, so happy. Shannon said, Deb, hope it's not going to be moist as Savo at work. We're supposed to have nice clear days the next few days, I think. Darren said, George, was that before or after you saw him in the video playing piano with his Todger? Deb said, yes, it will, Shannon. Shannon said, Deb is still missing her avatar picture. Captain Whippersnapper said, much love sent your way down under, you too, Captain Whippersnapper. Menacing's asking how Socks is going, Shannon. George said, I don't want to see a video of him playing piano with his pee. Yeah. You don't actually see it, but like you just see them, you know what I mean. They've got it covered, but you can see what they're trying to do. Alex said, the good thing about insanity is there's loads of people, loads of good stretches and a whole week of stretches like yoga after 30 days ready for the next 30 days. Oh, stretching's good. Stretching's nice at the end of every workout. I love stretching. Darren said, I didn't want to see it either. It never leaves you. It doesn't, does it? Deb said, thanks. I did notice I lost my avatar. Alex said, I might do that and then carry on with your Aussie workout after to maintain it, Hev. It's a good idea, yeah. The Aussie workout, like, they're pretty easy. They're not too intense, but you still lose weight. And I reckon because they were on TV, I think a lot of it was for older people to get moving. And I think it is good for older people like me and anyone older than me to try and just get moving, you know, just to start. So, but they make it like it's done in 20 minutes. It's over before you even know you've really started. So, and I do sometimes 2 a day, so I get 40 minutes worth. I'm working up to where I used to do an hour a day, 4 days a week, and now 20 minutes I struggle with. But I try and do that. I've been doing it 6 days a week. So, Shannon says, Socks jumped on my chest early this morning, woke me up, hence me falling asleep again and being late for Hev, but not. My cats woke me up this morning too. And I was cranky. Because they woke me up. Because they go at the blind. They start like pawing at the blind. They don't break it, they're just making it, it's a wooden blind, so it makes a lot of noise when they tap it. Because they want me to get up to let them out at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I went to bed late, so I wasn't getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning. But I did get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, let's not worry. You know. That was a useless minute worth of chatter from me. Okay. Alex said, how strange, Deb. Deb said, I love our Hev family too. It's good, isn't it? Oh, you guys are great. Shannon said, reparations. Yeah, that's what the voice is about. And cancelling Australia Day, by the way. They do want to do that. We all were guessing that's what the voice was going to do. Well, that's what it's going to do. And George is saying, hi, Deb. And Deb's saying, hey, Alex. Hey, George. Alex said, hope you're well. Where'd it go? Hope you're well, Deb. There it is. Deb said, yes, thank you. Darren said, late, but just as welcome. Alex said, cookies take up so much space. They do. Darren said, not if you eat them, Alex. Cookies, says Shannon. Oh, Deb said, I'll have some happy cookies. Alex said, cookies, in my best Homer voice. Cookies. I'm not good at imitation. Shannon said, edibles, never tried that. Neither have I. We tried to make a cake one day. When we were really young, right? With leaf. It didn't work out well. It was chocolate cake and it tasted like leaf. I don't think anyone knew how to extract, you know, into the butter, the oils of the plant itself, you know. They put the whole leaf in. They put like a ton of leaf in my cake mix. And you could smell it when it was cooking. It was like, that is strong, man, but not in a good way. It was so disgusting you kind of didn't want to eat it. Because it was the leaf, not the bud, you know. Ah, dear. The experiences you have when you're young. They should have been better experiences, not so much with that, but I mean, I had interesting childhood, interesting teenagers, interesting 20s. Okay. Where was I up to? Darren said, what makes them sad, Deb? And Deb said, the men love watching Oz work out like, yeah, because they got G-bangers on. For that, people who don't know what a G-banger is, it's what a thong is in America, okay? But they got shorts and that on, like they got pants on, not like they've just got the G-banger and nothing else. But, yeah, men do. When I was looking for aerobics Oz style to watch, there were plenty of 1, 2, and 3 minute clip just focusing in on the girls' body parts. And it was like, no, I don't want to watch. I want to watch the whole thing because I want to do the whole bloody thing. Right? I'm not interested in the girls' body parts. I just want to know what they're doing and how to do that. Oh, dear. But they do, Deb. Men love watching aerobics Oz style. I don't know, guys. Have a go and see if you like it. Alex said, dang, is Shannon, you beat me to it. Shannon said, wow, Alex, it's like you're reading my mind. Man, best Bart voice. Deb said, I'm so sad I don't have a Hev exercise video. Ah. I'm trying to work out how to do one. See, what I want to do is actually put the aerobics in on the background, but YouTube just censor me for stupid things, so... Because that way you see what I'm supposed to be doing compared to what I'm actually doing. And you can see where I go slow, where they're jumping and I'm just stepping, you know. It's aerobics Oz style though, Deb, and they're on YouTube. The whole episodes now. Alex said, I just want to say happy birthday, Hev. They just want to say happy birthday, Hev. Oh, God love you. Darren said, for the sake of cookie rights, we should all demand that all cookies are happy. Alex said, I'm going to start identifying as a cookie. George said, a cookie with hash or wheat is a happy cookie. That's the ones we're talking about, I think. Very happy, said Deb. Darren said, you're already a smart cookie, Alex. And Alex is laughing at George, and Deb said, I'm in my blankets, that's electric pig in blanket. I feel like that. I've got an electric blanket too. When I'm in there, I'm a pig in a blanket. Anyway. Shannon said, the face you make when you try and have a silent fart, you end up with a side of great... Whoa! Out to lunch said, deep fake video live. No, I'm never doing that again. I will not porn bomb myself anymore. Menacing Muskrat said, come to my house for a week, you'll lose weight here. Yeah, just doing stuff. See, I think, I don't know, society the way it is today, it makes you kind of lazy. I don't know. It has for me anyway. I don't know about anyone else, but... You know, when you don't have enough to do, when you should be doing stuff like cooking, cleaning, looking after animals, farming, I don't know. We'll find out, I suppose, how life is supposed to be lived shortly, or how we want to live our lives, because I think we're going to have the freedom to do it. And I do think that the sound of freedom, that is the thing that could bring both sides together. Because we know there was going to be a divide, and we know then they were going to be brought together, so I think that is how they're going to do it. Alex said, I just tried to do that as I couldn't film both, so I've just filmed it for myself for now, for my own progress. Alex said, that deep fake live was funny, Hev. It was sad, I think. I was looking for deep fakes, not deep throat, right? But that's what come up. Because they're making deep fake porn videos now, see? So when you search deep fake, the first thing that's going to come up is porn. Shannon said, stop it, Debbie. You're destroying the environment. Climate change. It's all your fault. All your fault. All your fault. No, it's not Deb's fault. Menacing Muskrat said, my garden, my critters, and my husband. Yeah, exactly. And your your family, your husband. Yeah, that's how it should be. They've made it too complicated. They've made life... Look, life's not supposed to be this bloody complicated. You should be able to just go about your business, look after your family, do what you do, not, oh yes, government, I'm doing this at the moment. Now I'm doing this. Do you want to know when I go to the bathroom? Okay. Because you know what they've done here now? They're going to put paid parking everywhere in Katoomba, right? Which is the main place if I need to go shopping where I'm going to go. They're going to put paid parking everywhere. And they said if you're a resident, you can get out of that, right? By getting an electronic tag on your car. And I'm like, I'll go somewhere else and go shopping. I'll go half an hour the other way so that I don't have to do that. How stupid. And then they said if you got a disability parking permit, you don't have to pay. Well, mine ran out because I think they're digital again now, and I'm not doing the digital anymore. I'm not doing that. No digital. No, paperwork. Okay. Okay, where am I up to? Out to lunch. Said I'd look it up myself, but I don't need that on my hard drive. Shannon said, if you want to lose weight, get faster internet. Darren said it may be all her fault, Shannon, but pointing is rude. Deb's laughing. Alex said, I was thinking, no, Hev, scroll down, scroll down. Darren said, Hev, you slipped through a temporal portal and now are about to start reading the comments. What? How? When? Alex said, paid parking nearly everywhere. Oh, really? Even at yeah, we got it at the hospitals. Yeah, we got paid parking at the hospitals. But now on the street. George said, I don't drive, I have legs. Yes, so the only place I want to drive is maybe once a week out to the shopping centre, whatever, wherever you get your goods from. And other than that, I don't want to leave my farmland. I want to go walking all over and explore my own land and, hopefully there's a little forest in there somewhere so I could explore all that too. Hopefully a little river running through somewhere or a creek or something, Yeah, so, yeah. Alex said, indeed, George. Darren said, it would be difficult to drive without legs, George. Yes. Menacing Muskrat said, I have my horse. I'd love horses. Actually, I think I had a dream in the last couple of nights about land and horses, and I was on land and I was looking out over the thing thinking we need to get horses because the land was big. Shannon said, I don't see your point. Whose point? If it's mine, I don't have one. I'm just rambling now, guys. Deb said, and we all want to move in too, Hev. Yep. Everyone pick a place and build your little house there and off we go. Be a little community. George said, nice, menacing. Okay, guys, with that I'm going to go because my stomach keeps growling and now I need another cup of tea and I'm going to have a rest and watch Twilight Zone and probably fall asleep. And I'll have the kids tomorrow and the next day. I might come on the mornings. I'll see what time the kids are getting dropped off tomorrow. If I can pop back on in the morning, I'll do that. If not, I'll see you in about 2 days' time. Okay, what's happening here? George said, nice, menacing. Alex said, I would love horses. My dad used to have one called David's Boy. Deb said, I can't see our beautiful menacing. Oh, no. Darren said, I prefer the taste of cows over horses. Oh, yeah, no, I mean horses to traverse over the land, your own land kind of thing. Anyway, guys. Oh, Deb said, happy birthday again. Thank you, guys. Much love to you all. Thank you to Timmy and Michelle. God love you guys. And I will see you either tomorrow morning or in 2 days about time. 2 or 3 days. Out to lunch, said a man with no legs gave me a ride to get gas for a car. I walked to his house and man, I had to walk, but got over that when he gave me the ride. Sherry said, good night everyone, much love. Shannon said, you'll be right for Clag in the future, Muskie. Okay, I don't know what that means, but anyway. Finders, yeah. Anyone who wants to know, you can put it in one of the comments below or let me know here if you want me to reread the finders, because I lost the video, so I'm going to have to reread the bloody thing again. Okay, guys, much love. Thank you. Bye.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago.